I just got back from vacation and this is what I arrived to at my house. Before I left, I had decided it was time to start investing into graded Pokemon cards. I listed the cards that I made the video on in the last video, and 3 of them have already sold within a week and a half of them being up. So it does feel like graded cards get a lot more attention on eBay and they might sell a lot easier. So this is the culmination of my efforts. In this video, I'm going to unbox every single one of them and I will show you guys them and give my opinions on all of them. So I have 5 in my hand right now that I had already received before I left, and these are some of my favorite ones. The ones that I got early were ones that I wanted out of kind of passion. I did buy a lot of these that I don't necessarily plan to sell right now, kind of like half collecting, half looking to flip here, but here's the ones that I got early. First card we got is my favorite actual card. This is Poliwhirl. This is a PSA 9, the Poliwhirl 176 from the 151 collection. You're going to see a lot of recurring theme here being in the 151 collection. This is the #1 card I wish I got from the actual openings that I've done on this channel, and I'm extremely satisfied. Like, this is a little bit over cost. I don't remember exactly how much these all go for, but I know I paid a little bit over cost because I did want this card. Like, I just want this. I don't plan on flipping it anytime soon. And I think like the PSA 9s are good investments because, you know, they're not very popular right now because obviously like every card you get out of a pack should be at least a 9. So probably a high population is 9, but yeah, I think these are good things to hold on to even if I don't end up reselling them down the road, just to have. Next one up is another one that I really wanted, and that was the Wartortle from the 151. This is another 9, PSA 9. This one I believe I did get a good deal on. The problem with flipping them is like eBay takes an absurd percentage, like up to 19% from your trading card. It's hard to make much profit. You have to pretty much sell them for like 25% more than you actually bought them, and that's not including shipping costs as well, which are also kind of a problem. A lot of these, I think these 2 were purchased directly from the PSAs. That's pretty much all of these big boxes in the back here. Those are the PSAs that are sold directly through their like vault or whatever. Yeah, I love this card. One of my favorite cards, one of my favorite looking cards they've ever made. Has a ridiculous print line on it, so I can see how this got a 9. Otherwise, I'm very happy with this purchase. This is a card that I did not want under any circumstances. I bought it because I got it extremely cheap. I believe I got this for under $20. I don't remember exactly at this point, but this has sold recently. This is a Japanese card, has sold recently for over $50. So this is an example of one that I'm looking to flip. I already have it listed. It's not gotten any views at all on eBay over the last week, so that's a little scary, but I just don't think the Japanese cards are going to be that easy to sell. I don't think they're as popular, and especially a card like this that is not a Pokemon that is like a super popular one, but whatever, should have a good deal here. And honestly, this is our first 10 that I actually purchased, is the PSA 10, even though it's Japanese. So this is pretty cool. This is what a PSA 10 looks like. I've never held one. I've never seen one before in my life. The back is actually very unique. It's a lot different than the old back. So that's a Japanese card. Next up, we have another one that I got an absolutely great deal on. This is a first edition Blaine's Charmander. And again, I don't remember all the prices, but I got a very good deal on this. So a 9, a PSA 9 on a vintage card seems like a very good purchase, something that should retain its value and maybe will sell for even more down the road. I love these gym ones. These are really cool. I've always loved these. I think this is probably my actual favorite set of cards from the early days. And then I got a card that is not PSA. This is another one that I kind of wanted. I didn't like necessarily want it too bad, but I'm very happy that I did get it. This is an Omanite. This is also from the 151 set, and as you see, it is a PSA 10. Now I'm going to tell you right now, this is SGC. This is not PSA. I don't fully understand the dynamic here. I assume that PSA is far more likely to resell and more likely to be collectible, but this is a 10, and I hope that all the companies that have the ability to grade cards are giving 10s to cards that deserve 10s. So even though it is not a PSA card, I do expect this to sell. I got this again very cheap. If this does not sell, I am fine with it because this slab looks awesome. This is definitely like the best looking card I own, and I'm very happy with the way it looks. That's another 10, but that is not a PSA. And now everything else we have the luxury of opening up, so we're going to be doing that on camera here and reacting to what is inside. Also want to give some review on the packaging, just because I think a lot of people do it differently, and now that I'm selling the cards, I have a lot to say. So they did like the standard big pieces of cardboard, and they even put a little thank you note on there. So yeah, you're welcome. Comes in this kind of bubble wrap situation, and it does come in a like bag, a sleeve or whatever like that. Oh, I have extra cards given to me apparently. I'm not really a huge fan of that, to be honest. Like, if you don't want them, I probably don't want them either, but I guess they're trying to be nice. This actually is only a single card in a top loader. Okay, cool. This is the one card that I really wanted and I didn't get, that I didn't find early in my process process of buying these. Squirtle, I got it as an 8 because this is the one I plan on keeping. This is definitely not a card that I expect to resell because it's an 8 and there's so many 9s out there, but I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards ever, so I'm just keeping this one. Absolutely not going to resell this one at all. Okay, we got another packaged one like this with these like bubble loaders. Looks like there's just the one card inside, and inside of it we have another like sleeve of bubble wrap. I actually been using these myself. They're kind of hard to open. You kind of have to rip them open, it looks like. But inside is another 151 card, a Pikachu 9, PSA 9, and this is one that I actually own like ungraded, and hopefully you know, I will eventually get that one graded, and we'll see. I think there's a shot at getting a 10, but regardless, I want to collect a lot of these like illustration rares. I love these cards, and I think these are some of the nicest cards I've ever made. Pretty much everything I purchase is stuff that I would purchase myself, obviously, so I'm hoping that that will be something that I can understand the market of and look to resell down the road. But yeah, again, this one I might actually just keep because I really like this card. Any card where there's lots of Pokemon involved, like how there's a Growlithe, the Gengar, look at all the Pokemon in the background, you can see a Blastoise, all this stuff in the background is really why I love this card. Okay, next up, another kind of hodgepodge of packaging. We have just like a bunch of bubble wrap inside, and then another one of these small bubble loaders or whatever they're called. Another very like, okay, yeah, maybe a little overboard. Certainly I have not been wrapping my cards like this. Actually need scissors just to be able to open this. I guess it's like better than the alternative, right? Like people putting this much effort into the shipping of their card means that, you know, they have a lot of respect for the person buying it. And it does look like we have another Japanese card. Let's see, I don't remember what we got. Oh, yes. Okay, my actual favorite. Did I say this multiple times already? This is my actual favorite card in the 151 set, and again, I got this at a really good deal. Japanese card, we'll see how it goes, but I could honestly see myself collecting this card. This is definitely my favorite card in the set, and it's just freaking gorgeous. It doesn't seem to be like one of the most popular sellers, which I'm surprised by, and it makes me think like down the road this is going to be one that does go up in price because of how gorgeous it is. It's such a unique look too. Like I have no idea what the setting that I'm looking at is, but I want to live there. Okay, another kind of just manila envelope one. This has like absolutely nothing. It's just kind of padded on the inside with no real protection, but luckily everything's good on another one of my, this is also my favorite card, bro. They're all amazing. Another 151 and Ivysaur 9. Again, this is my actual favorite. I don't know. They're all my favorite, dude. They're all amazing. I absolutely adore these 151 cards. And yeah, this might actually be the best looking one just stylistically. I love what I'm looking at. Yoriyuki Ikigami. Remember we were reading the names of the people who are illustrating it. This person deserves the shout out. Unbelievably good looking card, and I love like the reflection and kind of the artistic elements of the water there. Yeah, absolutely love this card. Another PSA 9. This one probably not getting sold. I'm just gonna hang on to this one because this is again a collector's edition in my eyes. Another pretty well wrapped Pokemon, and oh yeah, okay, this one just arrived. This is a Ditto PSA 9, and I don't even know what set this is from. It says Crown Zenith. Like I guess that's another set out there. I don't know anything about some of these sets. Yeah, I just love it, dude. There's a bunch of Numel, and then there's just a Ditto with that stupid derpy face. It's just so funny, man. This tickles me. This is another one that I'm like really shocked that this is not a 10. I don't see a single bit of wear on it, and this kind of scare me for the cards that I'm eventually gonna get graded. But I think this was like $5. This was super cheap. I was able to get it nice and cheap, and yeah, we'll see if I end up flipping it. But another really cool looking card. I just love these cards that are just like a full art, like very descriptive art. I love how many Numel there are as well. I just love this card. This is actually a really nice one. Hey, rip this open and kind of like tore it wide open. This is another type of packaging that we've seen where it's like got this like, I don't even know what this is. It's not cardboard, it's not plastic, it's some kind of specific brand, I think. They're using the tape, apparently mortal sin for some people who ship cards. Oh yeah, they actually like taped it in on all 4 sides, but luckily just getting one side open allows it to fall right out. This stuff is called Ding Defend. So I'm definitely gonna keep this and use this again. Now, another card that is one of my favorites. I pretty much only bought cards that I love, and this one is very unique looking. We have a Starmie with Misty in the pool. There's a bunch of food. There's a bunch of really descriptive elements in that pool. This is a PSA PSA 9. This card is extremely expensive. The PSA 10 I think goes for like a couple $100, so I was happy to just get a 9, pretty cheap. Another one that I am not sure I will even try to flip because it is so gorgeous. And so Starmie is one of my favorite Pokemon, if not my actual favorite, like visually from Gen 1. So this feels like it really fits the theme of the 151 set as well. But this is like old. This is 2022, so this is a while ago they made this Astral Radiance set. I don't know anything about it, but all I know is we got another great card here. This is, okay, cool, Tangela, another one that I really like from the 151 set. No surprise here. This card has a really strange print line on the outside left side here, but yeah, otherwise love this card. I love any of the illustration cards, man. They're just so cool, like I've said a million times now. And the Tangela, you know, I don't necessarily love this Pokemon, but it is the grass starter in my game, and I do think it's a very cool Pokemon stylistically, so I'm very satisfied to get this one. And another one that I'll probably just hang on to at this point. Like, I really don't see myself reselling some of these. And this one, again, super cheap. Like, these cards like don't even sell for like the full price it costs to grade them, so this is a way better way for me to get these. Like this, I think it was like $15 when it costs like 20 some dollars just to grade it. So even if I got this card from actually opening the packages, I would probably never actually get it graded, so it's a better investment. This one, we got the newfangled double bubble wrap thingy. We got 2 of them in here, another small one inside the big one, and then inside that will be the Pokemon card. Here it comes. It is oh yeah, all right, cool. So these ones, okay, now first of all, we have something very specific to talk about with this one. I'm going to show these off in a second. Actually, I think I'm going to come back to this card before we discuss that. Let's go on and move on, because I'm pretty sure that this one has something related to that one. There's like a big manila envelope that has been kind of wrapped around itself multiple times because there is multiple cards in here. These 2 are wrapped in one. That's kind of unfortunate. Go ahead and open them up and we'll take a look at all 3. This is probably my favorite like set of cards I've ever seen. 3 cards that are basically telling a story here. Now, one is a PSA 8, that's the Ralts, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I do not plan on selling these. These are definitely being kept, and the other 2 are PSA 9s. But as you see, you might be able to see, maybe you've already seen these, but the Ralts has basically like been the partner of a young girl who then you know, she evolves into a mother in the Kirlia's evolution card. And then the final one is the Gardevoir, who is now like helping an older version of that same girl like knit a sweater or a blanket or something like that. Literally telling a story with 3 cards. As soon as I saw this, I knew I had to own this. I have no idea what set this is even from, so I was never gonna get them on my own, so I figured I might as well buy them. And they all came together, so this is actually really cool. I'm gonna give this person a shout out. I don't think it's a person, it's probably a company, but DC Sports 87, shout out to them. Like, they sold all of these together, and that saved me a lot of shipping. This was only like $5 shipping for all 3 of these, which is huge considering most were $5 shipping for one. So anyway, when I started this journey, I found out about these cards, and I knew I wanted to get this Kirlia card. Now, I found this card, and it kind of tricked me. I did overpay for this, from what I can tell, but I don't know that I overpaid for it. I'm not really sure, because if you look at this, let me get the other one back up, you will see that they are not the same number. So you might notice Kirlia, okay, this is 212, and this one's 84. So what's the difference here? This is not in English, although you wouldn't be able to tell at the first glance. Well, maybe you could if you're not an idiot like me, but I did not realize this card was not in English. It is actually in Indonesian, apparently. It's like serialized like the Japanese set, but it is not in Japanese. So is this just 0 value? Is it more valuable? I have no idea, but it is a PSA 10 of a card that I have no idea like on the market of, so could be useless, could be super valuable. I have no idea. I'll be keeping the 9 and trying to sell this like Indonesian 10. Here is another one that has more than 1 card in it. Let's see how it opens up. Okay, we got 2 cards here, and you've already been spoiled on one of them, but here's both of them. We have Giovanni's Charisma and the Caterpie, another set of the 151 cards that I wanted the whole time. No idea why this one comes in a bag, but they are both PSA 9s. I really like the Caterpie art. It's not a very popular card, apparently. Like, this card is very cheap. I kind of overpaid for this one because this was like a duo. It was sent together and bought together. But yeah, either way, 2 PSA 9s, and the Giovanni's Charisma I love. I'll probably keep that one way or the other because it's got like a very like Italian theme to it. Big fan of that IRL as well. So yeah, I love it. It's kind of like a mafiosa type look, and yeah, both of these are great. Okay, all that we are now left with is these boxes. I'm gonna tell you right now, these are from PSA directly, and it is the PSA auction, which is where this all started for me. I figured, you know, definitely get them from a reputable source. There's no way these are fake. I don't know if anybody knows anything about like fake PSA cards, leave a comment, but I think those are probably all going to be good. Here's what the inside looks like. It's very well packaged, to be honest. Like, have to give them a lot of respect for that. Comes with like all kinds of random paper here to protect it, and then yet another double packaging thing where there's a like bubble mailer inside of the actual box. Totally wasted packaging. There's no reason that I should be spending this much money on packaging. These could have easily been sent the way every other card was spent, but whatever, it is PSA. The thing I absolutely hate about this is, look at this. It comes with this ridiculous sticker on it. I absolutely hate this. I have no idea why they're doing this. And the weirdest part is they actually put it on the front of the bag, so I have to rip the sticker just to get the card out of it. But yes, as you might be able to tell, this is another Ivysaur. This is a Japanese, and this is a 10, a PSA 10. We already talked about this card. One of my favorite arts I've ever seen in any Pokemon set, and obviously 151, you guys already know about it. All the 5 that are remaining are all gonna be like this, so I'm just gonna open them and then show you guys the card. And this is another one that's a very interesting card. All right, so I'm gonna tell you a little story real quick. This is a PSA 9 Charizard. It's the only Charizard I was able to get, and it's not really surprising considering it's one of the most popular cards year after year. This is not like a super popular version of it, but I thought I was looking at a 10, and I bid on a 9 with a 10's price. So I think I bid like up to $90 on this. The PSA 10 was like $150, so if I got it for 90, it would have been a steal. PSA 9 is like $60. Now I'm pretty sure I did actually get it for well under 90. I don't remember exactly what the total cost was, but it wasn't fully 90. I think it might have been like $79 or $80, so I did pay way more than the actual value of this PSA 9 right now, but it is a Charizard, so you never know, man. These cards, you know, maybe not this specific one, but we've seen Charizard be a very good seller over the years, so I'm definitely happy to have a Charizard no matter what I had to do to get it. Okay, another PSA purchased from the vault, and this is one that you may know I already own. I do own Erica's Invitation, like a single card from unboxing of the other cards that I've done on this channel. This is one of my favorite cards looking wise from the PSA set that is not an actual Pokemon, and I knew I wanted to get this. I got this for like, I think it was less than $20, so it's less than the cost of the actual grading process. So I basically just traded my like single Erica's Invitation in for this. I'll sell that version and keep this, so it seems like a good deal to me. All right, another Japanese card from the PSA vault, and this one I got for an absolute steal. This is Morty's Conviction. I think they actually call it something else. It's not called Conviction in Japanese or something, but either way, I really like this card. Again, it's another one that has multiple Pokemon featured in it. We have the Gengar and the Pidgey. I love Morty. If you guys play my Pokemon game or watch me play it, you will know Morty is one of my favorite gyms in that game, and Gengar obviously one of my favorite Pokemon from the early days. So yet another 151 type collection we're making here. This is only a PSA 8, and I'm gonna tell you, like, if you're just looking to buy cards to hang on to, just get the 8s. They're super cheap. This was absurdly cheap. This is a Japanese card. I don't love the Japanese cards, but I just wanted one cheap, and I'll probably hang on to this one because there's another one coming. I had a thing affixed to the door when we got back that said the card had needed to be signed for, and that's because I got it from Japan. I got an actual PSA, I think it's a 10 of this same card. It's coming from Japan, so the fact that it actually arrived this quickly is really impressive. Was hoping to show that off in this video, but I now need to wait a couple days for it to get redelivered, so won't see that in a video, but still I'm pretty sure we got a second one of these, and that one I'll probably, depending on what the flippability is, I might keep this one, might keep that one, and we'll just see what happens. But I really like this card a lot. And then the final card, the one that I was the most waiting for. Our neighbor was checking our mail to make sure nothing got stolen, and when I heard that this one had been delivered while I was on vacation, I called him and said, like, please go get these now and make sure that this is here, and it is indeed here. Probably gonna be anticlimactic, but it is another Dragonair. Now this is a 10, PSA 10 Dragonair. I now look at this as my favorite card that I own because I don't really own any like PSA 10s that are cards that I love. This is the number one. I would have paid any amount of money for this. I'm really glad to get it. I think I got it for under cost. I can't remember, but really, really nice card. And you know, honestly, there is a little print line there. I actually am shocked by this. This is a 10. I guess it's mostly because of centering or something like that. I don't really know. People say PSA is pretty inconsistent, so we'll see. You know, this is probably the end of the Pokemon cards on this channel for a long time at least. I may try to buy more 151 set if like I can get some of these things to sell. I don't really know what cards to now buy. Basically, I bought all the cards that I really wanted, and I try to get them for cheap in the hopes of flipping them in the future. future, but now maybe I'll start looking for cards that I don't really want and try to flip those instead. I don't really care to do that though, to be honest. So I might just, you know, any money I now get, I might just try to put back into the 151 set, make some more videos on this front. If you guys have any recommendations or any strategies for kind of investing in the Pokemon card world, I know everybody recommends buying sealed products, but I do not have enough room in my house for that, and that's very boring. I'd much rather have PSA slabs. I think this is the right choice. So let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys have enjoyed this journey with the Pokemon cards, getting back into it after like 20 some years away, and you never know what the future holds. Stay tuned, maybe we'll see more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.